No, not in Switzerland, not in Zurich, or Geneva. Was that Geneva or Zurich? I think it was Geneva. No, we don't have nothing here either. They just sent the brother on a wild goose chase, that's all. The Islamic Human Rights Commission, the stuff that's happening here in Oakland, is the human rights issue. The Human Rights Commission, which ain't nothing said about it. Why is that? Now I'm saying something, but this is after years of foolishness. I want to know what the hell is wrong with y'all, right? Yeah, what's wrong with y'all? What's happening, you know? I mean, after all, let's see. I mentioned Darl Henry. That failed. Equan. There will be no Arab Spring. I don't know if y'all remember that. There will be no Arab Spring. I get a phone call. Muhammad Al-Assi, Masood Chowdhury, the same guy, the Human Rights Commission. Man, there's a big rebellion, revolution going on here. I said to them, ain't nothing coming out of Egypt. But they calling me, trying to, now you gotta remember, we've been making the right decisions, but we've been fed bad information for 40 years. We've been fed all the information. When you go over the information that we're fed, it's bad information. Shaded information. And we make the right decision all the time. You tell me something ain't going on. Hey man, something big. This is big. What we're into right now? Okay, I'll speed up. Tahrir Square. Equan, they come over here doing Obama, but I say, hey man, y'all gotta take it easy and don't pay no attention to them. But they gonna let us, what happened? Tahrir Square, they killed all of them. Equanists, they killed them all. And they put the president in jail. They elected the president, oh, you gotta go to jail, and he died. Okay. Marburg, America, right out there in Manassas. In 1980, somebody mentioned that one of our brothers dressed up as a postman and killed an Iranian general. And that's what happened. I see the brother in Iran all the time. In the early years, he's a tall, thin brother, martial artist, all that. He'd take me to all the groups, the Arab Shia groups, the Kurds. He would take me around. He used to work for Kehan, the news, Kehan in English. They don't have it, Kehan in English. He used to work, he knew all, he would take me. That helped him. He would take me everywhere I needed to go. These are the Kurds, they'd have an office there, they'd have a whole crew of it. Or the Shias were still in exile from Iraq, take me to them. He took me to everybody. The last time I saw him, he weighed maybe 500 pounds, but at least it was depression. You know when your depression set in? His depression set in over 20 years ago. And they couldn't get him back. He couldn't come back into the U.S. because they know he did such and such. The point I'm making, some of them foreigners abuse us and misuse us and get us all messed up. And one FBI said to me, well, we don't want rough something. I said, man, let me tell you something. If you think, first of all, you can see I've been here all this time. If you think I'm gonna bite at anything, ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing. They're not gonna tell me nothing like that. If they do, I take over the wall. I said, talk to that wall. how many ropes and baits they done threw out. This white woman, half white woman, half Indian, half Negro, half white. All the mixtures, full-blooded Negro with hair all on their legs. It don't make no difference. They just casting them out there every day, all day. And then we ain't been at none of them. You know why? First of all, they used to think I was lonely, but I liked my job. I didn't want to be, can you imagine a Negro 15 years of celibacy? He gotta like his job, because they ain't got no Negro to do that. And that was a shock for them already. So they should have realized that, hey man, you just running some lady in here with a dress up, it don't have no effect on me, you know. But anyway, no women, no fear, they try to scare you to death. I'm gonna just be quick. I'm sorry, boss man. But I looked at this stuff all along. They done made sissies out of our brothers. They go and they jump up and down. There's 20,000, 30,000 people in the auditorium, and they jumping up and down, helping them, and the Negro ain't getting no ding. All the big shots, where they speak at, they bad them other places. They got a Kennedy Cloth newspaper one time that we're going to deal with Malcolm. Yeah, for about 2 days. Finished. We got to look in the black community. Then they come out with this stuff, how bad they feel. You know, they feel, what is it they feel? Something. They just feel bad.
Oh,
yeah.
I know what you're talking about. The term is escaping me.
Yeah, that's
escaping me, but I know what you're saying.
Okay. So I'm gonna just try to go over a few things and call it a day. Because I haven't even finished. I ain't just finished. No, I'll be here.
Page 1, did you finish?
Yeah, I'm just, I got all of this under here. I haven't done none of that. And I've been just glancing from time to time at this. So what I'm gonna do is move toward a wrap up. But here's the thing where we are. We're not going for it. We're not going to allow the sweetie pie immigrant community to alter our approach. If the other brothers do it, that's their business. And like Tufel said a few times, man, I wouldn't do this. I said, but they would. You can't judge the people by what you know, because I used to say that, man, I wouldn't do that. So it almost meant they wouldn't do it. That's not the case. Because you wouldn't do something or you would do something has nothing to do with their morals and their ethics. Because actually, and this is not bad, you have to remember, human nature is basically not that strong. That's why government is so important. Like government got all of this messed up. Imagine if we had a good government. See, the good government, and that's our vision, that's our dream. We believe it's possible to have a good government that brings good out of people. So if it's 75, 80% good, that's fine. Because a human being is not we're not talking about utopia and all of that old stuff, well, what they call utopia. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a good world, a world where the government's job is to do good and bring good out of people. In other words, the criterion for management is how much good does it produce, not how much wealth it produces, or how much, okay. That's what we're working for. That's what we're working for now. We believe it's possible. That's what we're going to do. We don't care what they say. What are we working against? Well, Danish conspiracy, Daniel Pikes, Abe Foxman, Steve Emerson. Now imagine Sean Hannity that you see on those those things that we put out sometimes.
Yeah.
That's Donald Trump's advisor. Right? You ever see him? They say that. Now, if I'm the only one ever made fun of Sean Hannity and lived to tell a story, what the hell do you think he's telling Don? When he remember a nightmare, it was our interview. Because I laid on him. I just laid on him, and then by the time it's over, everybody's laughing at him. You know, if I just came out dropping blows and all of that, you know what I mean? It wouldn't have went over. But we just went on out, just cruising along, and then boom, 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 and that's it. Okay, and he's the president's advisor now. But we're so happy with our present president. It's unbelievable. It would take 2 or 3 lectures to go into all the good that he's doing. But here's several main things. At first, it was a possibility of Hitlerianism. He didn't blew that. Hitlerianism, you know, like Hitler. He was slick enough to implement this program, and he got millions of people killed. Don and blew that. Militarism, out the window. Those are big things. The little stuff we deal with now is just little stuff. But Hitlerianism and militarism is out. When I say militarism, it don't mean the police. They already in their military. It means the big militarism. Right? The military. Why? Unless somebody's lying, when they Joint Chiefs of Staff, when what's the name was Secretary of State, what's his name? The general. The black general.
Yeah,
Colin Powell, Mad Dog Mattis, all them. See, now, just imagine these generals. The generals will always say things like, my boys. Now they got to my people, like the girls and boys. But you know, some of them are not just there to get a promotion, which all of them that get promotion, that's what they do. But Colin Powell told the man, if you break it, you own it. The biggest disaster of those days was the invasion of Iraq. Followed by, first they had Vietnam, and they had won no wars. They was already in Afghanistan, but they thought Afghanistan was going fine. That was the trick. A lot of trick they behind. No, Afghanistan in 2003, we didn't wrap that out, let's go on. We got ready to go home, it's fine. That was a trick of them. And they went into Iraq, weapons of mass destruction. All those kids coming home with legs blown off, walking on stilts, half of their head blown off, no arms, right? See, modern medicine keep you alive. Now, if you got one rhythm, they just pump stuff in you, and you live. In the old days, when you got a heavy wound, hey, you're just gonna die, or they cut your arm off or something. Now, hey man, if they blow half of your brain off, if they can get you back to that station in time, they're gonna puff you up with all kind of stuff, and you'll live. But look at the grotesqueness of their life. And them generals are saying, hey man, you sent my boys back here. No medical care, no health care. They're committing suicide 22 a day, per day, right? When Shinseki was a general, the Air Force general, when he was put over those guys, they had 155,000 homeless veterans. It's less now. That's a lot of people. Militarism. when old Don told the old general down there to walk outside with him, and down at the White House, last week, 2 weeks ago, the general came back on and said, we are not a part of being abused by civilians, something that he said. Colin Powell said it first. No, Mad Dog Mattis said it. Now you gotta remember, these old crackers, they go kill everybody else, but they expect you, the government, to look out, so they thinking, our boys, they ain't did nothing for our boys. And now we are not turning our guns on Americans. That's unconstitutional. That's the two things, very important. We don't have to worry, like right now, of the military. Right. Don't mean the National Guard. No, the National Guard, 4 dead in Ohio, they killed them, my kids, man, they blew them away. The white man, those days, probably the same now. Their system over the, everything, the system, everything comes out of our system. So you're trying to destroy our system, go out and kill them. They killed them. And the white people said, I remember that year, all the hippies and the white boys and stuff, they said, you guys got a serious struggle now, you guys. Us white folks, they kill you, we quit. Except for SDS a few, but the large groups of white kids, they said, hey man, 4 dead in Ohio, we quit. And they didn't mean to say it like that. You guys got a big struggle ahead. Niggas. Okay, we'll So, we want to immigrate into the future. That's the only immigrate we want. We want to immigrate into the future. Teach in phase 2. Now, visualize our own future. I know we've been repeating that, but we got to get ourselves to see a possible future other than reform. Reform? What? You gonna tell the police what? Maybe just don't shoot niggas or something? And they're gonna listen? Yeah, they're gonna listen now for a week or 2. They're gonna be right back to, not they're going to be, they are right back to it. They have the same procedures that they had before. They might just be on, put it on ease for a couple of days. Okay, I don't want to take all the time. That will be sufficient for today. We'll review the rest of this maybe Sunday. But just remember, they have had a total failure. Look, you got this, just be realistic. This system has had a total failure, and everybody that's in it that was coming after us, now we're not coming after them, but we're focused on them now. They failed on everything. You gotta remember, they failed on the tenders, cutie pies, they failed on the money, they failed. They don't fail. You think the white man throw one cutie pie at one nigga, he just knocked it over, right? Or if he threatened one of his children, not all of them, mine, they moved on mine, but the white man sent our boys to the penitentiary, right? And got them hooked on dope, although they wasn't that far away already. But when they come back on the trip, the white man was surrounded. And I said, hey man, this is in the early 80s. I said, this is cold-blooded. Because they don't have, I told them, the only way you're gonna beat this is you do just like I do. And I got all of this discipline. And I know they can't do that because they don't believe it. They don't believe what I'm telling them because they ain't never seen it before. You know, like the little fish, old fish, you get hooked up by the white folks, and they throwing something that's wrong, they throw it back in the water. So he's down in the water, he said, there's a big monster. If you bite that thing there, there's a big monster up there. He got something. He's telling about boiling oil, He's going to cut you up into pieces and put you in that oil. I don't see that like that. Right? You don't see it. You just don't see it because he's not in God. He don't see that. Then, bites that hook. If he's lucky, he's too small, then they throw him back. So he ain't gonna never forget that. He go around and tell that. But some of them, they're gonna get pulled up, chopped up in pieces and dropped in that boiling oil and become fish meat. The same thing with our kids now. With my daughters, I love my daughters. But I ain't gonna let the police, you know what I mean, all that dumb stuff. No. When I say they're misled by their mama, they are. But I love them as individuals. But I don't pay no attention if they act crazy with me. I don't pay no attention at all. That's all on their mama. No, that's all on their mama. That's all on all those teachers that we hear. And they are not bad. They are good. Very, very good. And just think, if they growing up in that system, I don't have to worry about it. Suppose they was listening to me. Then I wouldn't be paying, because see, girls is different than boys. Boys, okay, nigga, I told you, you know, talking all that mess, go out there, the white man will show you. But with girls, you're more protected, right? Yeah, you just bring all the man. Girls bring all the man out of a man. Because he always protected, this just does that. So, I'm glad they're doing what they're doing. Suppose I had to worry about it. No, you gonna be an angel mama, you gonna do that temporarily. Because I always tell them, I said in the future, I said they're gonna call you from the television program and other to explain what's going on now. When I'm gone, that's what I want you to tell them, this, that, and other.